In 1923, the Walt Disney Company is celebrating its 100th anniversary. But what is the story of where and how this vast international empire came to be? Well, back in 1922, Walt started the Laugh-O-Gram Animation Studio in Kansas City. His team of artists had been working on the film Alice's Wonderland to lure potential investors. By the end of 1922, they had finished that project and had halfway completed their first Alice Adventures film. But without an investor, Laugh-O-Gram Studio went broke. The animators left, and Walt was there, by himself, trying to finish the film. Walt slept in the Laugh-O-Gram office, ate on credit in a small downstairs cafe, and bathed once a week at Union Station for a dime. Walt's older brother Roy, who was recovering from tuberculosis in a Los Angeles Veterans Hospital, told Walt to close the shop and come join him in California. In August of 1923, Walt Disney declared bankruptcy and bought a train ticket to Los Angeles to be in the heart of the entertainment industry. Walt rented a room from his uncle, Robert Disney, for $5 a week and rented his uncle's tiny garage for $1 per week to use as his animation studio. But just as Walt was setting up shop, the promotional film produced by Laugh-O-Gram was released. Alice's Wonderland made its first public appearance just 2 months after Walt moved to California. Suddenly, there was a potential investor for more animated films, and Walt needed a larger dedicated studio space fast. Walt walked 2 blocks down the street from Uncle Robert's house to the Holly, Vermont Realty office. Walt inquired about office space rental, and he said he only needed just enough room to swing a cat in. But he could only afford to pay $10 per month, and there were no spaces in that area for that amount. So, on October 8, 1923, the Holly, Vermont Realty office at 4651 Kingswell Avenue rented Walt Disney a small room in the back of their office for $10 per month. On October 15, 1923, Walt was offered a contract with M.J. Winkler, a New York film distributor, to produce at least 12 more Alice comedies. Walt ran to his brother at the Veterans Hospital that very same day to show Roy the telegram and urge him to be his partner on this project. The very next day, October 16, 1923, Roy signed himself out of the hospital. And then later, that same day, in the back room of the Holly, Vermont real estate office, Walt signed what Disney historians describe as the most important document in the history of the Walt Disney Company, the contract for a series of Alice comedies. October 16, 1923, in the back office of the Holly, Vermont Realty office in Los Angeles. By signing this contract, it was here that Roy and Walt Disney first established the Disney Brothers Studio. This is considered the birth date and the birthplace of what we now know as the Disney Company. In that small space, Walt and Roy alone finished the Disney Brothers' very first film, Alice's Day at Sea. Walt Disney, without his animation and production team from Kansas City, single-handedly wrote, designed, directed, and animated the entire film. Roy was the business manager as well as the company cameraman. Walt worked for 2 months, day and night, to finish animating the film by himself. Alice's Day at Sea was then delivered to distributor M.J. Winkler on December 26, 1923, and less than 4 months after they moved in, the Disney Brothers Studio moved to a larger office space right next door at 4649 Kingswell Avenue. As an homage to this important event in the history of the Disney Company, there's a subtle reference at Disney's Hollywood Studios. As guests come around the corner and go beyond the Keystone Clothier Shop, they'll pass a door for Holly, Vermont Realty offices of Hollywood Beverly Hills. The For Rent sign in the upper window suggests that Walt and Roy have already moved out in pursuit of a larger office space. Walt famously said,
"I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse."
But when the Disney Company was born, Mickey was still nearly 6 years away. The Walt Disney Company really all began with the ambition, imagination, determination, and dedication to quality of a youthful go-getter who might have taken a pause in some very tough times, but he never gave up his dream. Walt Disney went on to create a new, inspiring, and inclusive entertainment empire that we now know as the Disney Company. And it all started in a tiny room in the back of the Holly Vermont real estate office.